Pet Talks with Dr. Michael Fleck. Last episode we covered tapeworms. Doc, are there other common worms found in the intestines of our dogs and cats?
Yeah, there's three other common worms: whipworms, hookworms, and roundworms.
How do they affect the pet?
They line the intestinal tract, preventing the uptake of nutrients and maybe causing diarrhea and vomiting.
Which one's the most dangerous?
Hookworms is the most dangerous. It lines the intestinal tract, but it also burrows into blood vessels, producing an anemia, and that's where you get the bloody diarrhea.
How do our dogs and cats get tapeworms and hookworms?
They actually get it from each other. It's transmitted by contact, or if they just go outside and walk where other stools have been passed. And what's unique about the hookworm is it really has the larvae that doesn't have to be ingested, but it actually burrows into the paws of the pet. So people don't walk outside barefooted.
How do people or vets identify that the pet has rounds, whips, or hookworms?
Well, remember we talked about tapeworm, and the best way to identify that is to actually see the segment. But with hooks, rounds, and whips, we don't see the worms unless they're kitties or puppies. If you do see the roundworm, it kind of looks like spaghetti. But definitely you have to be involved with your veterinarian. They have to have a stool analysis, looking under the microscope to find the microscopic eggs of those particular worms.
Last segment, Andrea Buds asked, once infected with tapeworms, how long does it take for them to be detectable?
Oh, great question. It takes anywhere between 2 and 4 weeks before they'll see the adult. And quite frankly, that's the same for the whips, hooks, and rounds.
How do you prevent your dog or cat from getting hooks, rounds, and whips?
Hygiene, hygiene, hygiene. But in addition to that, most veterinarians will do an annual worming, an intestinal worming, that will take care of the hooks and the roundworms in particular. The additional way to do that is that the veterinarian will also prescribe heartworm preventative, flea and tick preventative, that both have medication that helps prevent the formation of hooks and rounds and whips.
Why is hygiene so important?
Hygiene is so important because if you don't have good hygiene for yourself, these worms can be transmitted to you. In other words, these are zoonotic diseases. And hygiene is so important for you, to not only with washing your hands as we do with COVID, but also to make sure that your clothing is kept clean, make sure it's laundered to destroy any kind of parasite that may be on the clothing also. Ask questions in the comment section, and I may use that on our next episode.